The object of Taxi Chronicles is to allow real riders with real stories, share their experience and enhance your life. So sit back and enjoy the journey. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have Jaiden Samuels, yeah?
Jaiden Samra.
Sorry.
Managing Director, Phoenix Samuel.
Okay, and he does fireplaces. So if you've all seen fireplaces, our typical, not fireplaces, I'm messing this up. He does. Tell us what you do, Jaiden.
Well, firstly, Simon, it's a pleasure to be on your show. I've been listening to your podcast for a while now, and you know what? You got the personality to get people going, so I like that. So yes, my name is Jaiden Samra. I'm the Managing Director of Phoenix Samuel Luxury Fire Pit Tables. So what we've done is we've taken the on-trend product of a fire pit table in the back garden, the outdoor product, and revolutionised it. We've incorporated smart features that would normally be associated with inside the house, and we've applied it to outside. So imagine you're in your back garden, you bring your guests over, they're sitting down, they get drawn to the fire pit, they're drawn to the customised granite of your choice. The table plays music, it's got speakers inside it, award-winning with a company called Triad, subwoofer and amplifier, and the speakers are done by a company called Episode, all American brands. Now, even though the speaker sets American brands, it's a made in UK, made in Britain product. Everything's fabricated in the UK. The only things that don't come from the UK is the granite, of course, comes from Brazil, India, wherever. The lava rock, I don't use coal, I use lava rock. I import that in from Portuguese volcanoes. So imagine this, so probably what, say...
That sounds impressive.
3.5 million years ago, on a Portuguese volcano, there's a volcanic eruption. Buff, everything, everywhere. And then these rocks formed. Guess what? It's in your back garden now. Okay. That's something special.
How long do they burn for?
Forever. They'll form from lava from a volcanic eruption. A little poxy flame isn't going to do anything.
No, I'm thinking. So when you heat that up, that's something that can just be reheated all the time.
Yes, exactly that. And what it does, it actually intensifies the flame. So our burner is an 18 kilowatt burner, made in Britain. Advanced British engineering.
Let's slow down a bit because we got to keep up. When you say 80 kilowatts, if it's a barbecue, isn't it just fire?
Yeah, so let me put it in perspective. So I'm measuring the heat output, I measure that in kilowatts. So the average fireplace at home, fireplace is pretty hot, right? It works on about 4 to 5 kilowatts, and that's hot. Okay. Now mine's 18. That's 4 times more powerful than a fireplace at home. Essentially, line up 4 fireplaces, put that into my burner. That's how hot it is. It doesn't just heat like a lot of these tables that you see online are these kind of China bought polysynthetic rattan. Run of the mill, everybody's got them. They come from a Chinese factory, and they give you an aesthetic flame, a flame that looks nice, but it's just like a candle. It's not going to keep you warm. My burner, the purpose of it is to keep you and the area around you warm.
When you say the area around you, what's the radius? Like 2 square meters, 3 square meters?
It depends how long you've had it on, really. It's heat, so it's expanding. So obviously you first turn it on, it's going to take its time to work its way outwards from the burner.
So when you turn it on, is it powered by electricity at the start?
Yes.
And then it heats up. And then the electricity goes off, and then it just carries on burning away. So how do you put it out?
It's a lever burner, so you just turn the lever off and then it runs off either LPG or natural gas. So you can hook up to the mains of your house or run it from a gas bottle, and then you just turn it off from the burner control box.
So once the electricity got it started, like a starter motor or an engine, then it's the gas that enables that volcanic lava to burn.
Yeah, so the fire comes up and then an intense flame arises.
But what I'm thinking, cost-wise, is there a point where you don't need the volcanic lava's heated so much, you don't need the gas anymore, and it just simmers? It's always been fed.
No, so the lava rock is there it's aesthetic, so it looks great, but then it's essentially, if you imagine a burner, could you imagine like your hob, you put in rocks on top of it to intensify the flame, but you still need the hob to be on for the flame to be there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Alright, that's interesting.
And then, but that's the core, that's the basic. And then on top of that, you've got the granite, which is customised. You can customise your granite to any colour that you want. The base, I've had people go for golds and rose golds, chrome blacks. We work on the raw powder coated colours, so literally any colour to suit your surroundings, suit your personality. But this is the best bit. So you've got your fire pits in the garden, you've got your granite, you've got your table base. it's got speakers inside it. You can play your music. Everyone's chilling around the table, having a beer. Guess what? Pull some grills out. You can cook on it. Put your lamb chops on it. Cook a steak. Have your breakfast in the morning on the fire pit. The fire pit's a central focal point to the garden where everybody can congregate around, and then you can start the entertainment. It sits at coffee table height, which is fantastic because it allows the heat to rise up onto you rather than it be a higher table where the heat will just go over your head. This is a table which resides low down to the ground, and then the fire can warm you up and hit you straight body on.
So Jaiden, tell us, how did you come about this idea to start the business?
This is what it is. I was doing something that I really hated. I did an apprenticeship in accountancy. Never finished it. I hated it that much for about 4 or 5 years. COVID came, and I was looking for reasons to get out of accountancy. Probably the wrong time when you think about it to get out of a job. But when you hate something that bad, you just want to get out. And then from there, I realised when our COVID hit, I was looking at people spending so much money on gardens. I was looking at all these different types of garden products. And then as I was doing my research, looking around, I came across a fire pit table. And I was like, damn, these are cool. But then I realised no one's going to make them to the same level that I make them. So there it was.
Okay, that's good.
So I've got a bit of a story with this one. So there's this Oriental guy that I met a few years ago. We was talking about business and things. He's an older chap, probably about 70 years old. You can tell he's been through it. And I'll get to the point here. He basically said, don't try to invent anything. Just take what exists and make it better. I'm like, okay, what do you mean? He goes, so let me tell you what I did. This is probably back in the 70s or whenever. He asked me, have you got I'm going to ask you, Simon, have you got a first aid kit at home?
A what kit?
A first aid kit.
Yep.
And what's the first thing when you open it? What happens?
Most depending on things fall out.
Stuff goes everywhere. You got bandages there, you got scissors there, plasters there. It's gone all over the place. Now imagine this. This is his idea. A first aid kit with compartments.
Yeah.
How simple.
Yeah, I know.
How simple. Did that in whatever country he's from. I'm tempted to say China because I'm sure he said he was Chinese. Took it from there. Boom. Invested his money right. The rest was history. And that made me realise simplicity wins, and take what exists but make it better. And that's what I've applied here.
Okay, that's good. What have you learned about the industry that you wish you knew when you started?
Because I'm in the high-end luxury game, but I'm not a person of that's been around that upper class circles. I realised that people in the same class get along with each other a lot better just because of the way they orchestrate themselves. So I probably would have taken more time into develop myself from a personal perspective to be able to conversate better with the upper class people, where they don't just look at me as just like a common person, if that makes sense.
It does. So how do you overcome that now? Do you have
revolutionise myself? I've got to switch it up, change the game. I'm talking to you now myself. Best believe when I go to this trade show now, I put my blazer on, I'm a completely different person. I've got to fake it.
So I would say you'll put on the Queen's English.
Exactly that.
You'll suppress your northern accent.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a great interview. Where can people find you? Social media wise.
Check me out on Instagram. It's Phoenix Samuel UK. So that's PHOENIX SAMUEL UK. And then just drop me a DM, or if you want to check my website out, it's you can find it on my Instagram, but it's www.phoenixsamuel.co.uk. Ping me an email through there, and then I'll be sure to get back to you.
Thanks a lot for that. Last question is, as an entrepreneur, if you go to the next one. What would your advice be to another younger person who wants to start a business?
Just go and do it. Go and do it, and even if that business isn't the right business, something else will lead from it. It opens your eyes up, it changes your mindset. If you don't go out and do something, then it doesn't lead. You can't lead on to anything else. So just take that step, and sometimes turn right here. Sometimes you just got to go out and just do it.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for that.
Okay, no, Sam, also one last thing. So anybody listening to this, if you're a gardener, a garden designer, landscaper, architect, anything of the sort, hit me up. I work on a fantastic commission scheme, so I'd be happy to work with you and provide more information.
Thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well. We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.